secret admission. Peace be our soul and plate, defending dear shall be our dedication, spinning our
Again, fellow Biafra men of goodwill, conscious people wherever you are all over the world, I will say good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and to some of you good night, depending on your time zone. This is Radio Biafra Extra, and we are streaming live through Biafra Human Rights Radio. Biafra Human Rights and Freedom Radio is being anchored by Diokpa Uche Okafo Mefo. Abatete is in Anambra State, and Anambra State is Biafra land. Diokpa Uche Okafo Mefo is the man who has simply assured us that he will not. This is one truth I do not expect everyone to understand, but one day certainly we shall. And by the special grace of the Almighty Creator, I remain Judge Onyibe is in Anyoma Province. Anyoma Province is in Delta State, and every piece of land in Delta State is Biafra land. And this evening, I want to welcome every man and woman, conscientious ones indeed, the lovers of freedom. I want to welcome every member of the Biafra nation, wherever men and women who had made efforts together to ensure that we are on air on daily basis. Because this is a generational fight. This is a fight that is. We have different group of people are for Biafra. Some are spectators, some are Utimbu, some of them are businessmen, some of them are blogger, and to them Biafra restoration means so much. But everybody is welcome, and that is why I will sincerely welcome Nandeka. I have seen him already on his fake Facebook account, and then all his recruits. I welcome all of you. You and your brothers went out to hunt for animal. Along the way, you see their leg look like the antelope you were supposed to go and hunt. I welcome all of you, because if you are not here, my job is not done. You are part of it. And of course, this having been said, I have to acknowledge the Creator. For without him, we are gone as a people. Without him, we would have been left at the mercy of our enemy. And as always, I say to him, Anyị na jage mau maka n'eziokwu n'ịmara mma ye ịhụnanya na gị obiọma gị o juru anya dadio inwe gị mgbanwe gị ịbụ Alpha na Omega. Anyị niile na-asị na Nedemao. You see. And of course, this evening, without wasting much of our time, we go to our topic, which is simply titled, just a minute, I beg your pardon, which is simply titled, Promoted Violence and Sponsored Insecurity in Biafra Land. Promoted violence and sponsored insecurity in Biafra land. And of course, any moment from now, I will be joined by some of our brothers who are standing by already. Let us analyze the violence that is being sponsored in Biafra land and those who are behind it. Let us analyze the consequence of those actions and what each and every one of us should be expecting in the end. And so our lines are immediately open, and so at any given time you are free to call in and make your contribution. Our WhatsApp line remains 070-815-45642, 070-815-45642. And then our direct line is 081-221-52971. 081-221-52971 is our direct line. That has not having been said, I will go ahead once again to remind our people about our encounter as Biafran in Nigeria. Because my people will always say, the encounters of Biafrans in Nigeria, it is something that we cannot just consider as a mere experience, most especially the Igbo man. I went through an article today, and that brother who posted the article, of course, the title was, "We are keeping record." The experience of the Biafrans in Nigeria is not something you just think it's just a mere encounter. The Igbos have seen her inside Nigeria. And in as much as we know that the Igbos are not supposed to encounter those things, we will stand our ground with them anytime, even unto the end. We have suffered greatly, more than anybody that has walked this earth. Every curse that God said it will happen to the Hebrews happened to. Considering the Nigerian setting, no Biafran at this time should be callous and learn. And that is why when we join this agitation, when we join this struggle, we know how it is going to be. And so we kept our head intact. We prepared our mind, and then we are ready for all things and anything. They brought war on our land. Today, we all know the truth. Some say Ojukwu fought war. He brought war. But Ojukwu never fought any war. That war was brought upon him. Ojukwu for 3 years fought a defensive war. Yes, we can blame him for everything. We can say whatever we like. But him and God alone will analyze what actually happened to our people. He gave up his right. He gave up his dignity. He gave up his father's word. He gave up his human. He gave up the love of his family. He gave up his political career. He gave up his certificate. He gave up everything that there is to give up. And I think that is the reason why he died like a human. And at the end of this 3 years plus war, the Igbos were emasculated. The Igbos were targeted for extermination within that 3 years, which did not work out. And I tell you, I will not allow anybody to put words in my mouth, but we keep seeing the truth the way it is. Inside the Nigerian setting, the Yoruba and the Hausa conspired against the Igbos most especially, and the Biafrans in general pay great dear. They are still paying for it, but we are not seeing it. But they lied. Our land has been under military occupation all those while. Our land has been under military occupation, land, sea, and air. We have been paid. We have paid greatly for our foolishness. We have been defeated in war. We have been rendered paupers by monetary policies. The properties of the Igbo have been confiscated. You call it abandoned property. We have been kept out strategically from public sectors in Nigeria. Of course, in terms of appointment. We have been deprived public services. Igbo man to remain in Nigeria and has continued to deny them equity. As far as you are Igbo man, the whole Nigeria has conspired against you to keep you inside Nigeria. They deny you every right. And sometimes for those of you who are too civilized, those of you who are overborn again, it looks as if we don't have to see that. We have to move on. Yes, we got to move on. But these things pings our heart. That even at this moment, we have not learned any lesson. We are using our hand to bring ourselves once again. And that is why, having taken time to study all the men and women who fought side by side with Ojukwu, whether they were considered saboteur or botoswa, they misunderstood themselves. And then one will think he has the monopoly over blackmailing others. But I tell you, we know better. Aseko Kpabe was considered one of his brothers were dying in the east under the supervision of the British government as directed by the Yoruba, Hausa and the Fulani. Aseko Kpabe actually was in London among others, and then giving press communique in his words, "We have brought this upon ourselves." Aseko Kpabe told the world that what was happening to the Igbos was something, as this may be, it is important the next generation review all these things. Because why I am saying all these things now is that most of the things going on now, some of you are practically enjoying it. Hey, we are formidable, unknown gunmen, Holy Ghost movement. Oh, Paul and Silas is in the prison in Imo State. My brother, you don't know what is coming. Have we not paid enough price for our foolishness? Have we not paid enough price for our stupidity? I need you to understand the essence of this topic this evening. The Northerners and the Yorubas, like I have said, has conspired to keep the Igbo man out of the scheme of things within the Nigeria. As you can see, this very Nigeria is a time bomb already. The truth about the prison break, what most of you do not know, was attack by the unknown gunmen or Eastern Security, whoever they are, happened in two different locations at the same time here in Nigeria, in Biafra land. There were sporadic shooting in some part of Ebonyi State that last night, as well as what was happening in Imo State was happening. And today, a lot of attack, sponsored terrorism will come up. And then whoever is doing this should get ready. Honestly, the Nigerian states are in for a big trouble. But we do not expect it to come this way. Now the Kano simply want to justify the money he has embezzled from our people. Our money. Though given voluntarily because of our love for Biafra. And so he will tell those contributing now that yes, unknown gunmen, we are sponsoring unknown gunmen, we are sponsoring Eastern Security Defender, and then he caused problem for us. In his last broadcast, he said, one thing is for sure, if Biafra does not come, all of us will die. Please, those of you close to him, of course, is this still on my platform? Bring your family back here. Let's show you how to die. But you people will not understand though. Has the Igbo man not paid enough for his foolishness? I answer a simple question. Because most of you are ignorant and you are clapping, hey, we are formidable. Let me tell you, if I were to be a god, if it were left to me to do what I have to do, Nigeria need to be burnt down. Nigeria must be burnt down. Or Nigeria must divide. But in trying to do all that, a lot of issues to be reconsidered. Talking about the unknown gunmen, talking about the Eastern Security Defendant, talking about burning down prisons and the rest of the thing. If we begin to analyze it, we will not live here. You don't have Fulani, Hausa in the prison. You hardly see Yoruba even in the Nigerian cell. Because more than 90% of the DPO of police station in Nigeria are all Yoruba. And all the IG and generals, all of them are Hausa Fulani. They only take some of us and give us compromised position as far as we are willing to do that job on the expense of our people. Have we not paid enough for our foolishness? And so under normal circumstance, if any Biafran comes up and give an order and say, burn down Nigeria, believe me, we are justified before God and man. But do not misunderstand me yet. Let us continue. While you are considering some of these things that may give you the morale to do what you are doing, you don't have to be foolish in decision making. You don't have to fight one-sided war. No, a lot of issues are there that we are supposed to consider. A lot of things. The consequence of our action, if it's been miscalculated by those who break the prison, the Nigerian state has suspected. Those who are breaking the prison, those who are attacking police on checking point, those who go and rob bank, those who commit crime in the name of freedom fighting, this is not what we agreed. This is not what we want. Not this way, because I will tell you categorically at this moment that you have miscalculated. Yes, how do you miscalculate? The governor of Abia State at this moment has declared curfew in Abia State. And let me tell you what that means. It said from 10 p.m. till all know that from 8 and 9 they will start harassing you. Curfew means that within those periods you cannot come out. So they can come to your door and kill all of you. And so if you are unknown gunmen, or you are Eastern Security Defendant, or you are IPOB member that is gingering and swaggering, for the sake of posterity, for the sake of our people, because all of you have miscalculated, get out of your house. Because that time there is no movement, you will not run anywhere. Once they single out your house, all of you there will see hellfire. You can't function again. Men, come to Abia. Go there and do your unknown government and defendant. That is the stage one. You will get to a stage where they will declare state of emergency. You practically, ordinarily, everybody's supposed to know what is going on. We have witnessed curfew in different parts of Biafra land in time past. And we know what it enables them to do to us off record. But I can only call governors like Okezie Ekpazo and other states that will impose curfew on their people here in Biafra land to understand the consequence of what they are doing. Because one way or the other, this hulobalo you people are causing, it will boomerang on you. At this moment, you are enjoying momentary victory. But do not think Nigerians are stupid. I started by reminding you, whether you like it or not, we were defeated in the war, humiliated, oppressed. We were messed up till tomorrow morning. You cannot vie for a reasonable political position. We have been messed up. And this is not something we treat with kid glove. This is not something we do fashion parade and drink wine. We are telling all of you, but you will not understand. It is going to happen. It is going to happen, but not the way you are expecting it. So whatever you are doing, you are miscalculating already. You have made this mistake for almost a decade. People have tried to call you to order, but you will not understand. Let the gunboat begin. The people of Ebonyi State must be very careful. Because that is the softest spot where Nnamdi Kanu think all of you are foolish people. Nnamdi Kanu practically think that Ebonyi people don't have sense. You people must prove it wrong. Is it not Nnamdi Kanu's sister that is a police that is in charge of IPOB Ebonyi State? Utenugu. And you people cannot see this agenda they are carrying out to you. You want again because you want Biafra. You don't know when Nnamdi Kanu has collected money and betraying all of us, and you think we'll keep our mouths shut? No. There are truths we know. They are more than your understanding. All these things must surely go down. It will come up. We are trying to make sure that the collateral damage will not send us back like what he did to the generation of 1967 and 1970. Okay, foreign. Where is Pastor Jack? All of you want to destabilize Imo State. You can blame anybody for anything. I think we should be very careful in what we are doing. There is chaos in Enugu State. There is chaos in Imo State. There is chaos in Ebonyi State. And then in Abia State. And of course in Anambra State. Is that how we are going to fight for that Biafra? All these things you are doing, you are deliberately creating problem for our people. And in as much as we are not privileged to say certain things, that thing, you are doing it now, momentary victory, you are rejoicing. You people don't know what is happening. In as much as we are being economical with the world, go and ask your grandmother or those generation of 1967 what is in Nyamere. Go and find out what is in Nyamere. Because they saw her. They saw her. We have not even told the world what they went through. That was why about 4 years ago, we traveled almost every community in Biafra land, interviewing people who witnessed the war, old men and women. They saw her. If Obasanjo is still talking today, that is because he thinks we have not learned from our past. As being the character exhibited by Nnamdi Kanu, he feels, Gowon, all of them feels we have not learned. We had first-hand information. You will see a Biafran woman having been raped by Hausa Fulani with leprosy in the northern part of Nigeria, leaving them to die, without these people having any hope to do anything back. Please give me water, let me drink so I will not die. Today you are bringing up the same thing. You think Britain is keeping quiet and observing you? You think America is folding their hand? Where is Donald Trump now? Where is Donald Trump now? Let's not deceive ourselves. This terrorism that is being sponsored in our land, there are many things you people are not ready for. All those boys are coming back in those communities. They will be the one robbing you, raping your women. The Boko Haram and the Fulani herdsmen that they are settled in the north. Is it not their place they are causing the whole menace? You people don't even know what you are doing. You want to be warlord for your father compound. You people don't know what is coming. It is one thing to give gun to somebody. It is another thing to collect that gun. Believe me, there are ways to handle this issue. I am not privileged to say many things, but be rest assured, members of the Biafra nation family, to make sure that every principle is meticulously deployed. And of course, members of the Biafran de facto government, the implementation committee members led by Alhaji Asari Dokubo, they are doing what they have to do. But some of this mistargeted action, I hope there are places to return, because all of you who are clapping your hand, it will get to you. I am being economical with word, but you don't know what you are bringing upon yourself. You don't know. Nations are built Nations, in most cases, are forged through the furnace, through the fire, by men who reason tactically. America went through the same process. But in the midst of all the chaos, somebody like Abraham Lincoln was able to come together and put up a declaration or a document known as the Declaration of Independence. And that should be, Thomas Jefferson. That should be 1776. They came together and drafted this book. And at the end of the day, of the American state, I would not say everybody, but at least it served for a purpose. There is a limit to British interference in that instance. When Thomas Jefferson drafted this constitution known as the Declaration of Independence, it was actually June 1776 and then was published in July 4th the same year. And even though he wield a great influence in the American state, other people rose up and reviewed this Declaration of Independence. Within 1 month, 86 changes were made. 86 changes were made by people like John Adams, Benjamin Franklin, Roger Sherman, among others. For the book to be recognized and adopted, they have to even ask the woman who printed those documents, the typist, to put her name there, because at least she has gone through all the papers and could be a testament to that very document that it was written in good faith and for the overall interest of the people. This is how nations are forged. For somebody like Thomas Jefferson to write a book, having been adopted within 30 days, over 18% came up and made almost 86. I want to believe that most of them did not go well with Thomas Jefferson. But he understands it's not about me. Today, we have found ourselves in that position. Most of thing to do very arrogantly, because your interest is not just for the right thing to be done. You want it to look as if you did it. You did it. You did it for who? And then some will buy your idea and then they will jump on the street so that they will praise you. Nobody is the savior of Biafra. And nobody will take the glory of God in the life of the people of God. Most of us don't even know who we really are. And so today, on a piece of document written over 200 and something years, today is still protest the interest of men and women who bring them down. If Biafra nation must be defined, if Biafra nation must be forged, if Biafra we truly seek for, is where we can truly be the author of our destiny. Is the Biafra where we can be who we really want to be. This is the time that we have. And of course, if we have to go back and then learn from the United Kingdom, which is made up of England, Scotland, Wales, and Northern Ireland. If we want to go back there, it is very clear, it is unusual that it does not have any written constitution. United Kingdom operates in an unwritten constitution. They don't have constitution. And today, with all the level of intellectuals we have, men and women behind the quote constitution for me, Nigerian constitution, Clifford constitution, Mafosen constitution, Abdul Salami Abubakar constitution, Theresa May constitution, Flora Shaw constitution. The people who gave us this constitution do not have a written constitution. Because it would have been practically impossible for these 4 countries of their own, of course, England, Scotland, Wales, and Northern Ireland. It would have been practically impossible for them to function in the case of Nigeria. And so when the Queen of England, when anybody from London is telling you, United Kingdom is telling you as a Nigeria about the constitution, why we must die under this constitution, why we must remain in this constitution, some of us are battling to correct this constitution. The people who introduced this constitution, do they have constitution? Does Britain have, whether flexible or rigid, do they have? And some people will come and say, they did bread exit. Do they have any written document that forbid bread from existing? But you are carrying it in your head. This is the time those intellectuals are supposed to come together and reevaluate our position in the Nigerian state and give it a hard push. A hard push that Nigerian will not recover. And they won't be able to come out and talk to us. When you come to the system of government that manages the United Kingdom, the people who put us here, it is said that when the Queen of England comes before the Parliament and they mark any decree, any law, it is referred to as constitution above everybody. Nobody can challenge it. Nobody. And so there is no constitution. The Queen can wake up one day and decide that we're going to be like this. We're going in as much as life changes from one stage to another, in as much as we are not living in the dark age, it is almost practically impossible to control us with the law, the 10 commandments of Moses. Because most of the things, part of the embodiment of the commandments of Moses, don't exist any longer. And some of them are being encouraged by the modern law as barbaric. What am I trying to say? They understand that because of the complexity in nature, they are not the same people practically. They can't function. These countries that make up the United Kingdom are like Hausa, Fulani, Yoruba, everybody in Nigeria. They knew a written constitution will send all of them to their grave. So what did they do? Each of these component members that makes up the United Kingdom has their own constitution. And when it comes to the overall interest of the people, they have a way of doing things. These are nations that are designed, forged by intellectual capacities, intellectual men and women. Today, Biafra does not have a single intellectual property attached to her name. Single one. When we come out and analyze on radio, people think we have brain. When you see people who have brain, most of them don't look normal any longer. It is just like when the prophet of God say, how can I hide your word without speaking them? For they are like fire in my marrow. I cannot hold it down. If you see men who are actually fighting to forge an emblem, to forge a face for a nation, they don't yap. Because you have to view that country in its totality. Look at how complicated our region are. Look at the abundant natural blessings of God in the midst of confusion. Nobody's thinking about how to manage it. Somebody's trying to cause chaos. To destroy is very easy. To cause confusion is very easy. It was said that suya sellers in that prison were killed. Premier newspaper Enugu said that IPOB have killed, is it 21 person or I can't remember clearly, in Enugu and Iwiri. And they were practically saying that they are killing Yoruba. And to you now, temporarily, you are rejoicing. Your brothers in the north and in the west, don't worry. Are we afraid? We know all these things already. We have our record and everything in place. You cannot misjudge it. Our people must be guided. Our people must use sense. All these nations you see today, people go into the dark. People go into the dark. Today, what are we doing? Look at Nnamdi Kanu. Look at him. He comes on Twitter and tweet, and then people think he's a human being. He's not a moral man. He is not a moral man. With our money, he engaged our children to be behaving like mad people on social media. Today now he's telling you that he's forming an alliance with Ambazonia. Ambazonia have seen wars just like us because we are the same people. Ambazonia, we are getting it wrong, but Ambazonia coming to say they are rubbing shoulder with Nnamdi Kanu, it's a shame. That is Ambazonia now that is the diplomatic relation, the relationship that Nnamdi Kanu want to build. Ambazonia. It's unfortunate. And of course, I won't go beyond this place. Those who can code, those who can understand, this is the time to begin to do it. Because when this rain will fall, not this prison break, not this unknown gunmen, because Nigeria know how they are going to come. They will issue more coffee. With more curfew, they may declare state of emergency. They will prevent your movement. Already they know you lodge in a hotel. And at night, you start doing what you are doing. They will hire your brothers and sisters to track you. They will get all of you wherever you hide. And then all of you will be abandoned. You can count on Nnamdi Kanu for that. And of course, we know how the agreement and settlement you people carry out. But believe me, every activities you have carried to ginger morale to show that you are ready for war. The war you are not ready for. My guy, you don't know anything. Go and check the casualties there. Then maybe you begin to tell yourself the truth. Which I'm not supposed to do at this moment. Some of our brothers are right there on the line waiting for me. Let me see how I can bring them in so that the interaction continue. Like I said, you are free to call in anytime you want to make your contribution. I'll be back in a minute. Of course, at this moment, I am joined by administrators from Biafra Nation family.
Yes, of course, at this moment, I am joined by administrators from Biafra Nation family. Mazi.
Yes, of course, at this moment, I am joined by administrators from Biafra Nation family. Mazi.
Yes, of course, at this moment, I am joined by administrators from Biafra Nation family. Yes, I can hear you,
Good
George
evening.
Onyibe.
Good evening from here. Thank you for joining me this evening. And I have to stand by and then I hand over the mic to you. I will get involved only when necessary. And of course, if you have any question or there is question coming from our audience, I will direct them to you. So go ahead, please. The word is listening.
All right, thank you very much, our leader, and also the General Secretary of Biafra Customary Government. It's our pleasure coming on air tonight. It's been a while, and due to the development in our land, we have tried to make it a point of duty that our people understand the dangers ahead. Not, notwithstanding, the topic of discussion still remains the same: the sponsors violence and other insecurity provocations that are being perpetrated in our land today. And we are going to look into it and see how we analyze the situation on hand and let our people know that this is not the proper way to go. And I'm not here alone. I'm also joined by a couple of individuals who happens to be our administrators in far and near. And I think we'll have to go to our administrator in UAE. I don't know if you can hear me. You can introduce yourself, please.
Yes, I can hear you, my brother. Good evening, brothers and sisters all over the world. Am I coming out loud?
You are coming out loud and clear. Go ahead.
Okay. This is your brother Willie calling from UAE, and I want to chip in on this or contribute my own idea on this sponsor the insecurity and unknown government going on in our land.
Introduction only, then we can
Okay.
proceed to other stages. All right, you're welcome, my dear brother. Our brother uh, happens to be the administrator of Africa here in South Africa. Can you please introduce yourself?
Good evening, good afternoon. Mazi Chidera Odogale, head of African Administrator. I say we will not relent, we will not retreat. We must continue. And I thank also the federal government for what they're doing. I thank every lovers of freedom. We must continue, we go nowhere. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much. My name is Ansela Moyebuchi Udowar. I'm from Abatete in Omambara province of Biafra land. And by the virtue of Elohim, the creator that was never created, I am serving the Biafra nation family here in South Africa as the administrator. Remember, this is an interactive session for those who are listening to us from all across the length and breadth of the world. If you have questions or something to contribute regarding the issues at hand, the insecurity which has been make sure that they remain relevant in as much as it's going to cost the life of our people for them to do so. They are achieving their heart desire, which is selfish indeed. But as we are progressing, remember when you call into the program to keep your question brief, and also when your calls are being answered, turn down the volume of your listening device. Now we're back. This is Radio Biafra Extra through Biafra Human Rights and Freedom Radio. We cannot sleep when our house is on fire, and that is why so many of us are awake tonight, or depending on where you are, but to so many of us it is night or day. We have to do what is necessary to make sure that our people is aware of the happenings on ground. And before I continue, our brother from UAE, I think we have to go straight to the point now and analyze what can we do to minimize the trouble that is facing our people as regards to this insecurity.
Okay, thank you, my brother. I still remain, and also the Asian Rep Administrator. First and foremost, our politicians, our governors, senators, they must realize that they have a duty to play, which is number one, which is security. They have to secure our land and our people. If they fail in this aspect, that means they are not fit for purpose. But we are not here to condemn them, but we are only telling them to do the right thing because of the danger behind this thing these people are doing. I don't think the people doing it are anticipating the dangers ahead. So first and foremost, they must create a security that will protect our people and also engage our people, our youth, with meaningful employment to minimize this shenanigans going on. I thank you, my brother.
All right, thank you. Thank you very much. Let's move on to Bachidela again. I don't know what you have to say. This is promoted violence and sponsored insecurity. Somebody is promoting this thing somewhere. A lot of people are promoting this thing somewhere and sponsoring it in order to achieve what I don't do. Please make your own contribution.
Thank you very much, Mazi. Thank you very much, everyone that are listening to us this evening. You know, what we are seeing in our land, it has become Onyekurota Batuea. I don't know if you understand what because we are no longer getting to the what makes all of us to come out to make sure that we agitate and we get the grassroots of our people to communicate with our own brother from Riverine and the upland area to make sure that we go back where we want to be, not to be seeing the insecurity, the things that are happening in our land. Although they have doing it, sometimes you will see them, they have many tongues. They will come in the morning, they will talk another side, they will come in the evening, they try to run away from this crime. They will come in the evening, they will adopt it again. But all we, the Biafran nation and the Biafran watchman, what we are doing here is to make sure that our people understand the problem, the predicament that is in this. We are not here to call names. We are not here to mention, but if you are an Igbo, where I don't know if you understand, or broker. The things that are going on in our land, Very soon it's going to affect everyone. It's going to affect our mother, it's going to affect our brother, it's going to affect our sister, it's going to affect also our business, it's going to affect our movement, because when it never reach to you, you will not understand what we are talking about. Until when it gets to your own family, you start crying. What we are doing, or what we try to enlighten our people to understand. If we are agitating for freedom, we must know that we are agitating for freedom. If we want to turn our own land to become the way everybody is seeing the northern, the way that Boko Haram is doing something, we must embrace this thing, because what we are seeing now is another different type of Boko Haram in our land, in Igbo nation. We say we are here to do, to restore Biafra. We say we are here to make sure that we carry everybody along. Things that happening in our states, is it right? That's the question everyone have to ask themselves. The way the insecurity is going on, is it right? Yes, we free people from prison. They free people from prison now. Did they rehabilitate them? Did you see anything called rehabilitation? Is it the way we're supposed to free people from prison? That is the question you're supposed to ask. What about tomorrow? What is going to happen tomorrow? Have you ever sit down and think about what is going to become tomorrow? Or are you sitting there clapping hand? And also the governors, it's also a work for them to reach to their own expectation. They did not put them there to become a stick. They are there to make sure that they do something. They make sure that the land being secured, our mother being secured, our parents being secured, our children being secured. Because of what they are doing, that's why we're seeing this kind of a thing in our land. Those days during Jonathan, all of us are crying, Boko Haram is doing this, killing is too much. Now, what are you seeing now? Have you ever drawn yourself back? Have you ever reasoned? Have you ever thinking? I'm talking about the politician. I'm talking about the senators. Because now it's never reaching. But don't forget that whatever go to the Gandhi must go to the other way. If he never reach you today, he must reach you tomorrow. That's one thing for sure. Even if you are sitting in your own house and clapping hands, even if you are keeping quiet and keeping mood, you did not talk, you did not come out, or one day it will come to your own table. Then you want people to talk, or you want people to protect you, you want people to come on social media to talk about you concerning this crime. That is why we must say no to that. That is why we must say no to atrocity. That is why we must say no. Because we never know who is going to happen. You don't know. It might be you. It might be your brother that comes from abroad. Maybe you don't know what is going on. He will use an escort. Try to go back home. Many years he has spent in overseas will be wasted. I want all of us to reason. And I want all of us to use their mindset very well. Whether you're a politician, whether you are not a politician, whether you're a market woman, student, even the one they're using, Yes, today is not your own brother, but tomorrow it might be you to kill your own brother. Yes, you call yourself a gunman. You might your own brother that you expected to come back long time. He might be able to try to pass. You are a gunman. You brought your own family. You closed the God-given words or opening door of your own family. You close it, shut it down again. Look at what is happening. The person that's sending you, is he there with you? That's a question you must ask yourself. The person that said go and do the thing is not there with you. Their family is not there. The same thing that we are crying concerning the Nigeria. All the politicians sending their own family abroad, using ordinary people to go and do nonsense when they are looking for your vote. That's the same thing that's going on in your land. Nobody is talking about Biafra again. Only thing we are talking about killing government, yes, here. That's all we hear. So this is how we are going to build a relationship with the world. How can they come in when they see this kind of a thing? Like George Onyibe was saying, Abazonia still seeking for their own freedom. Is it the kind of a people that we're supposed to relate? The people that are agitating, they want to set themselves free. They are not even free. You are going there to seek. They don't even have anything like you are going to ally with them. Oh my goodness, the war you are drawing, when is going to happen? Which world power or which neighbor, which people or which country can be able to assist you? You know, if we continue, we will continue going on and on. I will try to leave the platform back to you, my own brother Angela.
We have somebody on the line. Let us, we have a contributor on the line. Can you hear me, caller on the line? Caller on the line, can you hear me? Caller on WhatsApp, can you hear me? I think we lost him. So go ahead, please.
All right. Thank you very much. And in Igbo language, there's what they call the there is an issue. Our own brother, the African administrator, just raised here now, and it concerns the alliance which Mars is going to make with the Amazonians. And I really don't know where a blind man is leading somebody with some with eye. Where are they going to end up in? Because somebody have not survived. He's fighting for his dear life, and you are going to form alliance with him. Well, I think that will explain to our people the type of leadership he wants. As long as he's on top, he's the one who is championing everything. There is no problem. If everybody wants to die, let them die. But is that supposed to be the case? I thought whatever you are doing in life regarding your own people, you should put their life and their livelihood ahead of your personal interest. But that is not the case today. Who is in charge of aftermaths of all this violence? Because it will certainly go up, the dust will certainly settle at going to bear the consequences and make sure that at the time the dust is settling, that someone is there to dust it out. There is no provision for that. From BSS to IPOB volunteer force from volunteer to from Eastern Security to unknown gunmen. What type of deception is this? And our people cannot see that something is not right here. It's now unknown gunmen. When they go on operation and they did not succeed, it fails, and they got arrested. The next thing is he will deny them because it's an unknown gunman. Nobody is coming to court to defend you because it's an unknown gunman. And our people are buying that idea. Have you asked yourself, all these people that has been arrested, some are already being executed or something like that, who is asking about them? That apart, a word is enough for the wise. Those prison years, they are busy breaking. I'm not saying that a criminal cannot repent. Yeah, it's possible the criminal can change. But who is going to give account of who and who that left that prison and what is the condition or intention of that person as it comes out? When we talk about rehabilitation, there are some people that you cannot rehabilitate because where are you going to rehabilitate them? There is no facility for that. You should first of all find out what makes this person to commit this crime. Is there chances of that person not committing that crime again? Because there are level of crime you will commit repeatedly. It happens to be that this person cannot live without committing a crime. So if you go and release such type of person to the society, that society is in a big mess. And this is what some people are clapping for in abroad. I've said it time without number. If you are outside Nigeria or Biafra land, please, anything concerning violence, total gaga, do not come out to brag about it. If you want to brag about it, please catch the next available flight and go home. Once you come to Nigeria, enter Biafra land or wherever you want to start your violence, you start it there so that when they catch you, you're but not when you sit somewhere in America or Africa, somewhere in Africa or Europe or in Asia, you will be unknown government, God bless them. I asked somebody, how about if it happens that your village is invaded by army because of the activities of unknown gunmen, and possibly maybe the government might decide to use area bombardment to
the commissioner
reduce before
of Imo State, CP Mba, he has issued a press communique that those who attack the correctional facility is IPOB, and then that they are ongoing with investigation. And who is IPOB? Who are they going to come for? And so those IPOB members in Imo State prepare to come to River State or prepare to go to Anambra, maybe Delta, because they will fish you out anywhere you go to. And these are the things they are not ready. The people who will suffer it are innocent people. They have that is IPOB Eastern Security that broke the prison. But the point now is that the war never started. We have lost all our men. So when the deal they come, who will go there? Poor planning is a disease. Go ahead, and then there is somebody on the line if he's still there, so we can make his own contribution. Go ahead.
If there is somebody on the line, let's allow him in. So
Caller
we'll
on
continue.
the line, are you there? Are you still there, caller on WhatsApp?
Yes. Can you hear me?
Loud and clear. Good evening from here. Go ahead, please.
My brother, good evening. I greet all the officers online. I can hear Mazi Chidebere. Good evening, brother. Oh, okay. I also briefly want to use this opportunity to greet all die-hard Biafran members and all who always want to stand for the truth. Okay, like we always say, the own goal is continuously being considered. You know, the own goal is continuously reoccurring in this game, and it's very obvious that it's not looking well for this same person. Sometimes I begin to imagine this group, and I begin to tell myself, I think Boko Haram will be better. Yes, it's better than IPOB. You came out on air to deny your people. You sent to. Who are you then? ISIS. Name them. They always come out and tell you, yes, we did this, we did that, we did that. But for you, you send me at the back, and you come to the open to tell me that you know me not. Come on, we can be wise now. You know, my fellow youths, you guys can reason better. You can be wise. You mustn't be reasoning this way. Bush, and you just feel comfortable doing that. Is that how we achieve this? Now let's paint the picture now. The war that is happening, taking place, is it not in your land? Is in your land. Is in your land, and that problem will be there in your land. How can you be fighting with someone inside your own room, inside your own parlor? The person will break your TV and break whatever that is available, and who loses? You. So you are inviting war, not even going out to fight that war, but you are inviting it inside your own house. Inside your own house. So this is very unfortunate, but I can't understand why our people are still following. They are still following this person. This person that is sending you, that is willing to deny you. Okay, so it's very unfortunate. Now, many of us, I was reading their response on WhatsApp. Many persons are denying the video. I took time to go through their response. Many of them said is a Photoshop. God. Really? Really? For you to paint yourself to the world that you're a criminal when you are not. How much will I give you? For you to paint yourself, carry gun, and paint yourself like a criminal before the whole world. How much? Others will tell you, oh, he's armed robbers. Which armed robber? Do these people look like those who are learning how to carry guns or learning how to smoke? These people are into these things. This is their environment. This is their base. You see their movement, going and coming, bringing the whatever, smoke, coming to take their weed and all that. This is their base. This is their base. The video was very perfect. There was nothing like acting. They are at home. They recording the video, and I want also to assume that this video was taken from them. I don't think they willingly post the video, but maybe when one of them is caught I was asked to open the video. This is where this thing came out from. So arguing. If you argue, there's one thing about someone making mistakes. When you have made a mistake and you don't want to admit the fact that you have made a mistake, you keep making more mistakes in an attempt, to cover the previous mistake. This is a very important saying, a play on words. You make a mistake, and for the fact that you don't want to admit that I was wrong, you keep making more mistakes, all in an attempt to cover what you have already done. Someone will come and tell you they are not, they are doctor, they are this. You are making more mistakes. Okay, so I still want to encourage my people. Please. You can wake up at this time. It's not. Oh, I've been deceived by this person. This is not where we want to be. This is not where we want to be. It hasn't gotten to shooting. No. It hasn't gotten to that. There is stage. There's a stage for every activity in struggling. There's a stage. From this stage to this stage, from this stage to this stage. It will be clear to everybody that this is where we are going to. This is where we are. You don't take people unaware. Now, activities will end in these areas. How will the people feed? Are they prepared for this? I thank you, brother, for all you are doing. I thank all who are behind this broadcast. I remain your River State administrator, and I encourage you to keep doing this work for us. As Mazi Uchemefo will always say, keep on keeping on. Good night, everybody.
Thank you very much. I will go back to our brothers on the studio. Thank you for joining us. Yes, go ahead, Mazi Audio Willie. Go ahead, please.
Thanks for the contribution. You just hit the nail at the head. And as I was saying before, we have the caller about my conversation with one person who remained ardent supporter of violent and unknown gunmen. And I asked him a very quick question. If it happens that your village is being bombarded as a result of the activities of Eastern Security Network and your parents were killed in the process, are you going to be happy? What he told me is that it will not get to his village. I said, okay, now I understand what you think. You think your village is inside the bush, so it will not get there. And those that are living in the town, they can be perished and wiped out. But as for you, you support unknown gunmen to keep causing mayhem in our land. Now I ask him, assuming you are wise, you want to replicate the version of Boko Haram in the north, in Biafra land. Now, Boko Haram and these people are working in hand with their politicians as they want. You know how they form themselves and what they want to achieve. They don't target our own people, which are civilians. When they go to the army to kill, army, those who are their people in the army, they tell them this is when we are striking. They will all disappear. Our people will die. But you that thinks you are trying to replicate the same version of Boko Haram in our land has no alliance with your people. So when you are going to attack, you attack and kill your own people. So now you are killing both sides. When you attack, you kill your people. When they retaliate in revenge, they still kill your people. Now I'm asking, if we continue this, How long do we think we? And within a year will pass. Those who will defend our land, you can hardly find them anymore, because the ones that will survive it, that will not die, will be scared to go out for anything like war. Those that are not scared, that still have that mind to go to war, may have lost one leg, one eye, or one hand. They will not be capable to fight anymore. So by the time you finish this calculation, you will find out that there is nobody who will defend our land. And mind you, this policy of attack police, barracks, checkpoint, and so forth is what Nigeria government actually likes, because that will give them the free role to initiate anything they want to initiate in our land, and nobody will, no international community will ask them why. So I think in that regard, I will be calling on the governors to do something, because they are quiet. The cause of all these things is insecurity. They should collaborate more with local government and the local people to see how to strengthen local vigilantes and equip them, pay them more in order to do more in the protection of life and property. In the quest to stop this mayhem, something needs to be done. You won't be asking Eastern Security or, but you are not putting anything in place to checkmate the activities of hoodlums. I don't know if we have any caller online.
No, you know, okay. Okay, Mazi Ansela, I want to chip in something here. I don't know if I'm coming out loud and clear.
Loud and clear.
Okay. You know, if you can remember the old broadcast of Nnamdi Kanu, he said, he is going to make Nigeria ungovernable. Now, it's no longer Nigeria ungovernable. It's making Igbo land, Igbo nation ungovernable. Go, just open your eyes and see this thing. Nothing is happening in that side. But in our own land, Anambra, Igbo, Ebony, that is a hit and run thing. Tomorrow now, when the army or navy or Nigerian forces will come out, who is going to suffer it? It's our mother, it's our parents. The land has become unmovable to our own people. But what about his own family? His family is not there. Whose family is there? Is your own brother, my own brother? Probably his own family, all of them are ready. Maybe they're no longer even in Afaruku Ibek. None of them is in Omaya. None of them is in Abia State. You see what is going on? When they raise people hand up to move, is our own family is going to be raising up. This is not how to agitate for a freedom. Before he said he's not going to cause any violence in our land to restore Biafra. That is his word. He said he's not a peaceful movement. That IPOB is a peaceful movement. You are going to agitate. We are going to get Biafra with the referendum. Have Nnamdi Kanu done the necessary thing concerning the referendum? Which country have he contacted? Or the EU, African nation, AU, all of them, to make sure that we have a proper documentation for the referendum. You never see all those things, but now what we are seeing in our land now, no government, from flying a security outfit when we talk about security outfit, now that 10 million or 100 million men are no longer where to be found. Okay, how can he retain that that thing? Is to go switch it to a non-government with a few people. It's going to make Nigeria ungovernable. No, it's making Igbo nation, Igbo land unmovable. That is what is happening now. If you can be able to, it's not even crossing to riverine area. This thing is not happening in riverine area. All these things are happening in our own land. If it's happening in our own Anambra, Igbo, Abia, Ebonyi, and Enugu. You can quote me wrong you can quote me wrong if what I'm saying is not true. Is it only these 5 states make up 13 states that makes 13 should I say 13 states that makes up Biafra? Because you need to go on the ground.
My dear, what happened here is that when we are growing up, you start from home to cause to survive, because if you go outside for the very first time to cause problem, the person you are meeting outside will not have mercy on you. It's not about you. That is why he started to destroy the core Igbo state. You see, because he thinks that
No.
I want to
Go ahead.
I want to say something to what you just said. You just said now. You know, our people. Some of our people are enjoying it. For those ones that can reason, why for the ones that can reason have seen the dangers ahead. Yesterday it was Soludo. Tomorrow it will be someone else. And they think that person they are planning for tomorrow will wait for them to come and attack him without arranging his own unknown government too. And this is what Nigeria government is seeking for all these years. Have you noticed they have not really came out to fight them? A state of emergency is going to be declared in the whole of the Southeast. Just watch out. They will plan a state of emergency, and at the end of that state of emergency, which will take most, they will massacre 15% of our population of people in Southeast. Just one this thing I just said now. Nigeria government.
Mazi, when you say 50%, 50% of our men, because they are going to hit our brothers mostly. They are going to kill our brothers at home, or they will try and chase them away again, because that's what Nigerian government wants, to chase all the whole men in our land away from our own land.
They will chase them out. They will massacre them, because this time around the international community will be with them, because a terrorist organization has been found. Man, this thing I just said now, a state of emergency. That's what and Nigeria government is going to sponsor more unknown government to destroy things. They will also start attacking our own community. As they are doing this, Fulani herdsmen will be ravaging our own land as well. Then the Nigeria government will start massacring our people also. Just mark this thing I just said, and some people, and those ones that are still enjoying it, sponsoring them, the other people we want to kill also will also organize their own unknown government, and our land will turn into chaos. And that is, you see the full displacement of the Biafran people. So come now, go all the opinion holders in Biafra land to stand up and confront this monster. They are breathing right now. It was Soludo. If assuming they have do any wrong thing to Soludo, the type of war that we are going to fight, we should not forget what Yakubu Gowon said, that if he had known, he would have given money to our people for us to fight ourselves. And this is what is happening now. Fighting our own people. There is insecurity all over the land. You want to replicate Yemen. They don't know what is happening in Yemen. I know someone, a Yemen citizen, that he doesn't live in Yemen. He went for vacation in Yemen. He went for 2 months vacation. He couldn't stay there up to a week. He came back What is the problem? Too much gun. You want to replicate Syria. You should go and see the type of hunger in Syria right now. You want to form another Libya. Oh, you should go to Libya and see. Other countries, any country supporting you is coming for your resources. They are not coming for you. They will take your resources and go away. They should also remember Congo. What is happening in Congo right now? They are taking their goods, build a landing station in Congo in the middle of forest and taking their minerals and fly away to Switzerland and other countries. And now people are there watching, thinking it's funny. They should remember today is not your brother, but tomorrow it may be your brother. And by then you are in diaspora sponsoring what doesn't exist. You also back home you are sponsoring them for another ulterior motive, thinking that it will not get to you. It will get to you. Since it didn't get to Soludo, it will get to you also. People must stand up and condemn this evil act. This is not the restoration we all signed for. This is madness. This is pure crazy. How can people you start attacking our own people now, all in the name of trying to remain relevant? We are not even on the defensive now. We are not going offensive. Not we. They are going offensive now. They are not the men. Jesus Christ has risen, so he can go home. They think it's funny. Nigeria will sponsor more of the unknown government, and that is a reason to massacre our people, innocent people. Our population will be reduced to 50%. Not this, I said, a state of emergency will be declared. But before then, they need to cause more havoc. Nigeria will sponsor more of the unknown government, since that is the trending news. This guy is not reasoning. He's not anticipating what will be the outcome of this. And Britain will only support them for their own interest. America will only support Nigeria for their own interest. Nobody except people that have conscience. There's no country that has conscience right now. Because if not, some of these will not be happening all over the world. We should look at countries that have similar issues with us and learn from them. We should learn from them and not fall into this unplanned world that an idiot somewhere is leading our people into. We don't have any weapon. We don't have any weapon. Can AK-47 stop APC? Can you stop a Tesla armor personnel carrier? Can you stop it? No. We have to plan if we want to go to war. If that's it, we have to plan it. Not one man leading everybody into war. I was discussing with someone in China. He made the example of how Chinese people commit suicide.
Mazi, someone that is looking for help in a place that they're still looking for help is running to Ambazonia. Ambazonia is not a country. He's running to them to say he's going to make ally. Our people must open let them open their thinking faculty. You can continue. I just want him to understand things. This guy is no longer fighting for the freedom of our people. He's just killing our people. He's just there to make sure that he reduces us, he depopulated us. He's working with the enemy now. Go ahead.
He's fighting for online country now. Just a single Ambazonia is online. Yesterday I was discussing with he lives in China. He narrated a story about Chinese how they commit suicide whenever they have any stress. He says if they want to commit suicide, they will knock themselves and only themselves, they kill themselves only. Then there are some that will gather their whole family, entire family, and they commit the suicide with their family. Then there are some also that will also go outside and bring other people and join his family, and all of them will commit the suicide just because of his own selfish interest. Instead of him only to go down, he want to drag other people down. That is what this young man is doing now. He knows he's going down. He has failed. Instead of him to rest, he can go and submit himself to the hospital or any psychiatric home so they can you have failed. But it cannot remain, if it cannot keep trying to remain relevant with the blood of our people, they are raising funds. Where is the money? Where is the money? I thought that now Fulani will not be in our land again. It will be a story of the past. But Fulani, they haven't paid Fulani to kill our own people also in Ebonyi now. So what are we fighting for? People must begin to reason. How can you be contributing to kill your own people, sponsoring unknown government, and people are laughing, yeah, that men have done it again, without anticipating the future, that these people are coming, they will come for our people, and the innocent people is going to suffer for it. And those idiots that carry out the operation will not be seen anywhere. They should look at what happened to Biggie and the rest of them there that they caught, and also their hitman overseas. Where is he now? And he denied them. He don't know them. But when they succeed, he'll do that. But if they fail, he denied them. Our people must reason. Evaluate every activities of this unknown government and see if it is to the benefit of our people or against our own people. I thought by now there will be no Fulani settlement, but now we are even having more Fulani settlement than ever self. Creating unnecessary tension in our land. If they think everybody's going, those people who are pushing also, they also go and get their own gun too. We are not the only one that know where to get gun also. And our land will be into total chaos. There will be security. Shedding of our blood is nothing new again, that it doesn't move some people anymore. It doesn't move some people anymore. Let me hang up.
Oh, wow. This thing is time for all our governors to rise up. All the legislators, the senators, let them don't keep quiet. As you mentioned, say Soludo, they don't understand. Today, Soludo, they train policemen gunned down. I was listening to his interview, say 3 policemen gunned down and kidnap went go ahead. By the God grace, they release the man. You see, when it's happened to your own family.
We are joined by Mazi Ubidi. Yes, hold on. Can you hear us?
Okay.
Yes, Reverend, what happened to your voice? It seems like you've been mourning all day.
If you cut, I just
something coaching. Okay.
Yes. Good evening, sir.
And I do. Well done, my brother. Well done.
Thank you,
well
sir.
done.
Yes.
Anselm Udo Wele and Chidera. Well done. I did truly salute. My respect for the house. The other brother, I didn't get his name. The thunder must start doing it. And they won. Anselm, they won. Thank you very much for what you're doing. It's not easy. Very good discussion. I've been listening. I just want to say a few things that people may understand. Hopefully, because whatever we are saying here, we can take the camel to the water, but we are not going to force him to drink water. Part in the scriptures that whenever Allah Yeshua concludes, he says, let those who have ears hear. Because he does not force himself and force nobody to believe his teachings. And what we're doing also is just put out the message out there, whether they hear or not. But by the way, dear friends who are listening, I greet you in the name of our Lord Yeshua, who has given us another day. I know some of you have a different pattern of worship, but my greetings. Just joining. This is your brother, Video Biene. I am from Oba. Oba is in Onitsha province. My brothers, I don't even know where to begin because the whole situation, to me, when I woke up this morning, seeing all these things happening, looking at the videos of some of our brothers standing on the road and talking about Eba Abadiela, Obala, and they saw another video of people talking about, oh, they are from the prison. Can you drop us to, all kinds of drama. And I shake my head and I say to myself, what is going on? To me, it brings to memory one of those days when we were growing up. There's this masquerade, they call it banga. And there's an adage, Igbo Oba proverb, and let me say for Oba because I don't know how many communities make that masquerade. And this masquerade is so radical. The behavior is very bizarre. And our people say that amako no nwa jonjo na ikpanga ga-etiteli ofu ọkwa nni. That translates that no matter how that ceremony, funeral ceremony is, this masquerade banga must be given his portion as far as they usually they entertain them with pounded yam and everything. This is a masquerade that we're talking about, and it resembles exactly what these individuals are doing who say they are fighting for Biafra. The whole thing is in our land. Recall that this Ibanga does not disperse. He cannot stop the funeral occasion. He can't. But when he comes, he makes so much noise in a way that it seems like he is going to end that occasion. And then once they call him inside the house for a plate of pounded yam, Otala themselves in that situation, the cocoyam, kind of fufu, then everything quiets down. He cannot stop the masquerade with his group. They have never been able to stop a funeral or burial ceremony as far as the guy goes. But what he's doing is striving, creating chaos just because of that plate of food. Mine. And I'm saying, are we now in that mode of it, Banga now, that from Biafra restoration? I hope that people are understanding this. Now we have taken it down to our kitchens. Of violence. And guess what, my brother? The last brother that spoke before you, Mazodogene, hit it on the head. Because what is happening now is that Nigerian government is now sponsoring this unknown government. We saw what happened in Agota the other day. Okay? 3 policemen killed. And Soludo, I don't know if Soludo has trained himself for 880 or marathon. I don't know how he escaped there. If truly they are coming to do something with Soludo, because I don't know what the police there did. And talking, the press conference he had, he was even appealing that everybody should forgive one another because of the season, due to the season we. Yeah, 3 policemen, I don't know where they come from, whether Igbo or Yoruba or whatever. They have gone. And, that's it. And he already taken that decision that whatever happens, if the culprits are arrested, they should be forgiven. That speaks for him, because the way I'm looking at the whole thing is exactly what that speaker government is now sponsoring this unknown government. In this situation, they are starting from they started Anambra, then now in Imo, and they are proceeding to Abia as well. But Okezie is now quick to jump to calling for a curfew. And we know how long we've been crying here on this radio for them to step up and do the needful, but they refused. The worst aspect of it is that it's the common man. The same poor men are dying. The police station was invaded again, according to them, the headquarters in Owerri. So what stops them from going to the Owerri house, as powerful they can be? Because now we are not talking about Nigerian government, we are talking about Imo State now. We have not been able to sack any government in that land. As a matter of fact, as we speak right now, all these house enemies, these criminal politicians who have continued to jeopardize the lives of citizens in our land, they are all standing. And then Nnamdi Kanu is dramatizing the issue of Biafra, taking advantage. That tells it's clear evidence that is working for Nigeria. Because all he wants to do is to suffer the poor masses. All these criminal politicians are still standing. None of them has been whooped by the so-called ESN and the unknown government new security agents for Nnamdi Kanu. None of them has been whooped publicly. None of them has been stopped from their police for Soludo. But now we are running around the streets, burning down checkpoints and doing all kinds of things. And surprisingly, they are now disassociating themselves from unknown government. But he forgot that it's on record that he claimed that he was the one praying for unknown government to come. When he prays to Elohim, Elohim sends unknown government to send people before God for judgment. He forgot that he said it over the radio, and that broadcast is still here. Now they're trying to disassociate themselves from the activities of unknown government because he saw that he cannot handle the situation. Most of the things that is happening in the name of unknown government, whom Nnamdi Kanu is claiming their activities, has now overtaken Nnamdi Kanu. He doesn't even know what's going on. And we have other groups here. The women group, for me, devil Biafrans in United States and Canada. We have the pastors or the priests without parishes. And then the World Igbo Congress supporting this evil. I don't know where we are taking it to. Nnamdi Kanu came on the radio and told them to get their visas to Somalia. In other words, what he's doing, the Somalia is going to be better than. He wants people to get visa to Somalia. And his activities has not gone beyond Imo State and Anambra State. I think he was doing something in Enugu again, when they were killing traders. I don't understand that news. But whatever it is, it's a complete mess. It's a drama with people's lives, and they so watching, and nobody's saying anything. My people, that's my contribution this morning. I'm not going to go further, but it's so sad. It's so sad that restoration of Biafra has turned to uh, 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 mumbo jumbo bandit affairs in our own land. The money he collected for the drone that he's going to be sending to Aso Rock from these same women, we are yet to see drone in Abuja or the Aso Rock. That money is now a cost to our people. And people are still supporting this nonsense. People are coming to the radio begging, support ESN right now. Isn't that a shame? Until we tell ourselves the truth. And this is why I've continued to tell Biafrans, we must stay the course, just like we're doing. We must continue to speak on the evil against our people because we're standing on a higher moral ground. But then we must speak the truth at all times because truth is the only prescription. There's no mumbo jumbo to what we're doing. We must present our cases accordingly. And more importantly, we must humble ourselves. If we go away from these three things, I will say to us, forget it. But we must remain where we are. And this is why there is the Biafra government, de facto customary government that is going to be. The implementation committee is headed by Alhaji Asare Dakobo. Most pro-Biafra groups came together to put this implementation committee, and we nominated Alhaji Asare Dakobo, given his qualification to pull our people together. So it's up to us. The call has been made. People are volunteering to serve in different areas. We encourage most of us, all of us, to identify ourselves where we can serve. And this customary government is not coming up to go and start talking about Fulani first. This customary government is set to get ourselves together, to ask questions within ourselves. By the time we finish asking ourselves the questions, then we will decide if we are going to confront our enemies. But right now, there's no mumbo jumbo around these things. We must consult. We must ask questions. If you say you are the leader of the land, okay, do. I will thank you guys who are in the studio for what you're doing. My respect again, my reverend. I want to thank you for what you're doing for us. May God continue to bless each and every one of you. And all hail Biafra, and God bless the people of Biafra.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
In the Wusa, we must continue.
Of course, and we go nowhere.
We go nowhere. All right, our brothers in the studio, you back. The mic is back to you. Go ahead, please.
Our big daddy, Obieno, for that wonderful contribution. We must continue. From what I understand, it seems like the issue of
There is noise coming from your background.
It seems like there's a call coming on its own side
Okay.
that is interrupting him. Okay. Maybe I will continue. When he come back, I will
Go ahead, please.
just give. Yeah. Our Daddy in the Lord, we thank you for standing for all of us, for being a daddy, true daddy, standing on the truth, because he always stand on the truth. That's why you could not be able to let everyone to go astray. You and our brother, Diopa Uchemefo, you bring a child of but we thank Chukwukabiama for all those good things. As we are saying concerning the things that are going on in the land, the things that are going on in the land is very unbearable.
I think, we have somebody on the line. Let us
Okay,
see
go ahead.
if we can get him. Can you hear me? Call
Go ahead.
Waza.
Yes, I can hear you.
Good evening from
I
here.
can hear you, Jokpa.
Good evening. Go ahead, please.
Good evening, bros. Good evening, sir.
Well done, my brother.
Yeah, my brother. Good evening, dear friends all over the world. I greet every one of you. I thank everybody for your good work you people have been doing, their friendship. My brother, I came to realize that this understand what is about to come ahead of us, you understand? Because many think that this issue is just an issue of you know. I know this issue started from this, the mistake started from this answers of a thing, you know, in a situation, something that does not concern you, you just pick it on. Since then now, most of all the agitation our people were doing, there's no more agitation. Everybody is indoor. Now we are talking about ESM or no government and all these things. How many men do we have on board? Even if at all now they say, okay, let's do it in this way, they are doing it. How many men do we have on board? Is it 2 wheelers van? Or maybe 1 or 2 18 people, or today you come to Ozobolo, unknown government come to Ozobolo, next tomorrow unknown government come to Ihiala. Next, this Biafra thing. I don't know the kind of problem these people want with Biafrans. Mr. Man, this is not the way. I think somebody should talk to this man so that he can be able to listen to people who are talking. Don't think only that have a brain to talk or maybe have sense to everything about Biafra. I think you have to give people chance also. And when people talk, try to listen. This is not the way we're gonna get the Biafra, because in a situation like this now, this thing that happened in Imo State now, we have seen it have happened early morning. They were saying this one IPOB this, IPOB that. But many of all these things may occur. We say IPOB do this, IPOB do that. At the end of the day, they will come and disturbing our people, taking our people unaware, arresting our people unnecessarily. We will be in abroad eating indomie and fried egg, while our people will be at home suffering. You see a lot of problem. So this guy doesn't want to use his brain. Somebody should caution this guy. If you want to listen, let it. If you don't want to listen, if Biafran struggle is, you are tired of Biafran struggle, you give chance so that those who have the strength can take over from there. Because the way this guy is doing things, my guy, I don't understand. I don't understand. In fact, this thing cannot lead us to anywhere. You see, everywhere now is burning. If we can change, let it change because this way, if we continue the time this what did they call themselves? This Nigerian government and soldier and co will react now. This I will be crying again. They are killing our people. They are killing our people, and now you are instigating violence. It's unfair. So we have been saying, those who have here, let them hear. If you like, continue what you are doing. When the time comes, we know. We have been seeing all those people who have been doing the volunteer now. They are posting them. We are seeing them now. Those you abandon, those you are not taking care of again, those that are sick, nobody is taking care of them. If issue come to be in that way, continually, how will our people have interest to volunteer themselves to defend Biafra land? No way, they cannot do it again because those who have been doing, nobody is taking care of them. These are all those things we need to understand. Even if I thought we want to strike, we have to plan it very well. Not in this one. How can you be striking in your house? People are striking in your house. You are still striking it in your house, in your own domain, in your own vicinity. If you are striking in Abuja now, I will say yes, you are there doing unknown government. Unknown government came to Gariki today, strike. We will clap on for you. This one now is Anambra, Imo, Ebonyi. All those kind of things. It's unfair now. I could see that side, J Chubaha, no bro, no, yes, he did, my brother. So that's what I have to say today. God bless you, Dopa.
Thank you very much, brother.
Let those who have here, let them hear.
Thank you. We must continue.
Going out from here.
Yes, and of course at this moment we will be winding down. I will go back to our brothers in the studio to give their closing remarks so that we can round off from there. Are we still there?
Yes, yes, we are here.
Yes, go ahead with your closing remark so that we can round up this program. Thank you very much.
Okay. Salam. I don't know if you are there. Should I continue? Okay. Still remain your humble servant, Mazi Chidera Duogele. I thank everyone that have listened to us in this evening edition. I say may Chukwu Kabiyama keep strengthening all of us, because in this we have come out to make sure that we restore our land. I would love to use this opportunity before I will call it a day to announce this line in case you are in Africa, you want to join what we are doing to continue exposing the things that have come in our land, to make sure that we join hand with the de facto government to restore our land, because the way things are going on is not the way to restore our land. We have to do what we have to do to make sure that we go back home. If you're in Africa, any part of a place in Africa, you can call this line. Is on WhatsApp, +2765 102 0472. I repeat again, +2765 102 0472 is our inquiry line in Africa to make if you need to join the movement. Is everything, all of us must do it. We have to join hands from upland and riverine. I say may Chukwu Kabiyama bless everywhere. I will hand over the mic back to our brother Anselm. Back to you.
Thank you very much, you have said it all. All of us has to work together in order to achieve this success. It's not a battle for one man. He's Hamadike. He's the Lord, the Supreme, and the professional Savior. Only one and only can give us Biafra. That story is the story that you tell a small child. You don't bring such type of story in this 21st century. Because what I see today now, unknown gunmen has become political tools. It's playing out very well in Anambra. All their concentration is on the election. Kamara, this is their game now. You understand? So the politicians are also harvesting this particular moment to get what they want. But what happened? After all these things, when the two elephants fight, the glass suffers the most. So those of you who understand what we are saying, who knows what security is all about, should do whatever that you can to make sure that we arrest this ugly situation before it will get out of control. Remember, it's not everything you start that you can stop. The best past that limit is never to start it at all. But if you initiate a process, a dangerous process, and you cannot be able to control it, it will end up in disarray. Maka in Igbo language they said obuha ikunye enwe mmiri bụ isi n'ọnya na-atịa iko. So I will ask our people to be cautious and know what they are doing so that we don't breed something that is going to consume all of us, because as we are watching it growing bit by bit, if nothing is done about this, it will come to a stage whereby everybody will be crying and there is no one to listen to anyone. Because if the land is completely militarized, the enemies will have a fertile ground, and those who have been targeted will be killing more of themselves than go to the north. You understand the situation. They kill more of their people, even more than the so-called other nationalities which the people think about that it doesn't concern them. You understand? So we shouldn't allow such type of thing to happen. Remember, when atrocity being committed, it metamorphoses to taboo, and when it happens like that, a lot of things takes place. So I think I should allow Awele, I don't know if you are still listening. Just give us the last shot because there is no more time.
Okay, thank you very much, my brother.
1 minute.
Can I go on now?
Go on, yeah. 1 minute. Go on.
Okay, thank you very much, my brother, for this wonderful opportunity. Also, and our father, and also our brother, Diokba Obido Bienu, and also Diokba Ushe Nefo, Ukuyanwoka, and Dr. Kado, Chris Council, and many others, and Biafra watchmen also, and conscientious people. I also want to call on our politicians, our governors, senators, wherever you are, all our elites and traditional rulers. We call on them to stand up and quench this atrocity going on in our land. Tame this monster that is growing in our land. Because if we don't quench it, it will turn into another thing. And by then, when the consequences start playing out, we will all be crying without no one to we are easily to pursue one
I think we are losing connection there. But let's proceed. Bachidel Adogene, can you give us your last word of encouragement?
Yeah, I have done that. I have done that already.
All right.
All right. Thank you very much.
There is no problem. On behalf of my crew here, we get better, not bitter. And most importantly, whatever we are doing in this restoration effort, let's keep the hope of the Biafrans alive. I return it back to our leader and our anchor, Judge Onyibe. Thank you very much.
Thank you, my brother. We have more time to spend on this program. As a result of losing the battery in one of our gadgets here, we have to wind down. And of course, Biafrans must understand the message is simple and clear. Sometimes you still think it's game as usual. But our message will get to his destination. We'll keep seeing it, you will keep encountering it, and in the end, you will either have yourself to blame or you'll be happy you did the right thing. And one of our contributors said, why are we not bombing Abuja? Unknown government, why are you not going to the seat of power? Not until we get to the level where we visit the seat of power in this Nigeria, everything you are doing, you are deceiving yourself. At this moment, there is a report somewhere in Kano, 9 Christians, Igbo Christians has been killed. I think 2 women, a child, and among others. And as we speak, Nnamdi Kanu is denying he don't know unknown gunmen. Nigeria is claiming that they are the unknown. So who is deceiving who? If we don't use our head, somebody will use it for us. That journey has started already. Be very sure that you are ready. Be very sure that you are ready. We are not security agents. We are not vigilante. We are supposed to be freedom fighter. Not fashion parade and talent display. There were need for us to groom our people. There were need for us to prepare the heart of the people. And learn from those who have gone ahead of us. German fought a world war. And they lose. They lost that war. And of course, like it goes on, 20 years later, they got another world war, Second World War. They still lose. But at least according to the author, he said they got a better space for themselves. Biafrans, use your tongue and count your teeth. All of us will be here when it begins. Good night, and God bless every good and genuine men and women across there who truly represent freedom for our people. Good night and God bless.